guys. Hail and Merry meet to everybody. It's Michelle Marie Donnie. It's the 23rd of January of 2019. This is actually the second take of this video. Nothing came out wrong with the first one except that it was kind of a lot of randomness and didn't seem to have any sense of professionalism to it. So I decided that we would try again. The first thing I wanted to talk to you about is that I still have not any idea of when R11H30 will be releasing the documentary for showing. I have no idea. He says it's ready. He says it's ready to go. But I don't have an absolute official notification from him when he wants to show it. Okay? So, as soon as I find out, I'll let you know. Second thing is the government shutdown has now been going on for 30 days. World's longest in the United States ever. And it's may be coming to an end soon. I said may. That there is. Because one of my friends thought the government shutdown was going to be ending tomorrow. Turns out that was incorrect. It is not going to end tomorrow. There'll be meetings on Thursday to discuss more of a possible solution to the government shutdown, but there is not ending tomorrow. Nancy Pelosi has had several of the Democratic Party say to her that they actually have decided that they would be more than willing to work with the Republicans to give him the $5.7 billion for the wall. Which is good. But she is being obstinate and saying, no, I am not giving him $5.7 billion for what apparently is going to be just a Band-Aid. And I'm not saying she's totally wrong, because let's go through and look at the facts. It's not a wall that's covering the full border. In fact, there are places in the wall which actually don't cover the full border already. There are fences that don't. So, in that sense, it would make sense to have the fences connect together. In other words, they need to put the pieces in between the missing pieces where there's no fences. But it's not a complete project. It's not the complete wall. And that's the problem. So yeah, if you're on the Mexican border and you see you can't get in, say, through Tijuana, but maybe you can get in near some place near the Rio Grande in Texas, because there's no wall, there's no fence, and INS, even though they are patrols, may not be there when you want to go ahead and swim across the Rio Grande. What are you going to say? But he wants his wall. And the Democrats have spent before as much money on pork barrel projects, including tunnels under the highways in Florida to protect endangered turtles. Or in Alaska, the bridge to nowhere, which was another project. These special interest projects, in some cases, have costed almost the same amount of money as this wall proposal, along with other immigration and naturalization and ICE improvements. So, it's not that the Congress doesn't have the money, because they'll get the money. And probably more than likely means that they're going to be borrowing it from other countries through bonds to pay for the wall or any other government spending. So what's the difference if it's 5.7 billion or say 5.7 thousand or 5.7 million? The fact is that a lot of Americans do want this wall. We wish it was a little more than just a bunch of patches on top of an existing system that is basically full of holes, but we'll take it. So it's important to keep that in mind. Because right now, what's going on with the government shutdown is hurting the least able-bodied people to prepare for what's coming on. Let me talk about that. You got people who are on Social Security disability. You got people on supplemental security income. You got people on food stamps. And you have people on Section 8. The only one that is guaranteed to be funded up until October is Social Security disability and regular Social Security. It does not guarantee that the people in SSI are going to be funded in February. And it does not, and there is definitely not enough money from the United States Housing and Urban Development to finance Section 8 programs for February. So checks under the rental contracts will not be issued as long as the government is closed. Now, Donald Trump signed into law some protections for federal workers that during the shutdown so that they can't be evicted from their homes or have any kind of or litigation done against them by creditors. Okay? They're protected during this situation to focus on doing their jobs and make sure to protect their housing. Plus, he also signed legislation into law that guarantees that they will be reimbursed for their time served. This was actually originally a Democratic bill, and he agreed to sign it because he said it's a very essential thing to do, and it's the right thing to do. Unfortunately, this protections, do not apply to those on disability or Section 8 or food stamps. Those people are clearly in the danger of the Section 8 payments get canceled or delayed or canceled, that they're going to end up being responsible for the whole rent owed, and there's no protections to prevent them from evictions. So people are hoping that this is going to end soon. Donald Trump wants to see Nancy Pelosi work with him to resolve this matter soon. She was hoping to take an excuse of hightail it out of the United States on a military jet to go travel to Europe, and it was more for personal usage than for actual government business. And Donald Trump said, nope, not happening. You're not going nowhere. Not on a government jet anyway. You want to go fly by commercial airplane? That's fine. But honestly, Nancy, I really would like you to stay in Washington, D.C. and help me resolve this matter. Why wouldn't she do that? Because she thinks it's a colossal waste of time. I don't think she understands that, because I said, so of her Democrats have even said, Look, work with the guy, please. Or we beg of you, our constituents are calling us and they're telling us, Nancy, work with Donald Trump, give him his $5.7 billion. That's all we need. I've got people on the food stamps, I got people on Section 8, I got people on SSI and other programs that are saying to me is, we need our pay, we need our money, and we need our government to get open so we can get the things that we need. It's not worth it. Same thing with Chuck Schumer. Well, are they going to do it? Now that Donald Trump has offered some concessions on the table, are they going to do it? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But I know that I certainly would welcome that event. Now, we have a couple other things to cover. Like I said, I did do a first take of this, and I redid this because I felt that it was just a total mess, and got into things that I think have been absolutely positively unrelated to what we're talking about. So the next stuff we're going to talk about is the upcoming budget for my individual budget. Okay? Now, I said that I'm going to buy a new battery for my iPhone 4S, and I'm going to put it in myself. Or at least I'll try to anyway. So I ordered the battery because I had enough money left over. And it's on its way. And it'll be very good to see if it finally gets here, because we are going to be able to put this phone together, and that's the cool thing. We're going to have our phone, we're going to have our cake, we're going to be able to eat it too, and everybody's going to be happy. There's only thing is I've never did anything this small. So there's a theoretical possibility that my phone may not survive the procedure. It comes with the little tools and things it needs, but I never did anything this small. And so I don't know how well it's going to survive. But we'll be taping the whole thing, fuck-ups and all, so that you can see it all. And of course, I'll be telling stories, I'm sure, as I go through and work on it. Kind of like a Big Clive thing where, as I'm doing something and showing you all the things that we can tell stories at the same time. So it'll be very useful to see that. The next topic is why have I been depressed for the last few days? Most people don't realize that I'm still feeling a little bit of a blue funk, and I wanted to talk about that. And the reason I've been having a blue funk is that I had, like a lot of people in America, I had dreams of getting projects to be done. I love doing things with my hands. I love creating things, and what happened was, as creative things as I am at creating things, the issue is always finances. Now, a couple of people, for example, suggested is one of the things that we feel would be great for you is if you can get your right eye fixed, get the cataract replaced. And I agree that that would be fantastic. However, I've also pointed out that there is a really serious issue, and it is still remaining today. Here it is. Actually, two. We'll start with the first one. I don't have a caregiver that can help me out with administering the eye drops and providing me the safety and the medical care during the recovery stage. and that's important. The second thing is the doctors normally, which this procedure would normally be an outpatient. If you put me under general anesthesia, it becomes an operating theater event. And that means that could add enough to the cost that Medicare is not going to want to touch that. Okay. Now, again, if I was in the hospital for the recovery for the day, someone has to take care of the cats for the day. And then when I finally get home, I'm still going to need someone to help me get the eye drops in my eye twice a day for the week to 2 weeks, whatever time. And then, of course, like some ophthalmologists have pointed out to me, is when you have lateral nystagmus, there's a higher risk of detached retinas and other conditions that could become much more dangerous because of the lateral nystagmus. Even if they knock you flat out and they basically totally put you on the general anesthetic, you are you're at the risk of secondary infections. You got to think about that. That's something to think about. Okay, and also Medicare might totally bulk at the price of the cost of an anesthesiologist, operating theater, rental time, the added cost and complexities. Trust me, I can see why, especially with the government shutdown, is that Medicare would not be able to do it right now. The Can-C eye drops did work fine for me, which was great, but I got to get more. Also, we got to get a humidifier. Well, that's a whole nother project, but here we go with the humidifier thing. I found a brand new one that looks very promising. Okay, brand new one from Honeywell. Let's see, which model is it? It's the I think it's the HC or HM350. Now, this humidifier has a UVC germicidal lamp. Its job is to both kill mold and mildew in the humidifier water supply, and also will kill mold and mildew in the air coming into the humidifier, which is a great thing because right now it cleans the air as well. So right now I have no humidifier, and my health is seriously being compromised. So I did the budget, sat down and did the budget for February, and it definitely looks very promising after I pay the bills. That $125 will be available to me for discretionary spending. I'm still sending as a separate group of money, which is already allocated, $100 to the Capital One credit card. Clearly, the humidifier would be paid for with the Capital One credit card. So I might send them $125 instead of $100. Because this is important for my respiration so I can breathe. Because I have asthma and dusty air can make an asthma attack even worse. So, that is a serious issue that needs to deal with. Fame has allergies too. And what's happening is that without a humidifier, all this airborne air is getting full of dust and particulates, and it's getting into our lungs, and it's making us sick. Really not a good thing. So, that's a good consideration. In addition to the battery, I already bought this. I also bought a DisplayPort to micro DisplayPort cable, because there is questions if some of the interference that we're seeing in VGA on our cable is caused by the DVI or I cable to VGA cable connector. I wonder if there's some interference, some crosstalk that is causing some interference. So the idea is, let's try DisplayPort since this new monitor has it, and see if it's any better. Because the computer has it, the monitor has it. We'll see if it does better. It's digital, it's ones and zeros, that perhaps it may play better, and then we'll be all set to go. We don't know yet, but we'll see. It wasn't that expensive to get a properly made Dell cable, so once the cable comes, we will see if that works. Last thing I bought was a 32 gigabyte SD card. The reason I bought that was right now in my Android phone, I'm using a Class 4 card. A Class 4 card is okay for some things, but it is doing a horrendously bad job when you're doing 1080p videos, because the 1080p videos have to be buffered and then written to the card, because the card can't be written fast enough. So the idea is I want a faster card so I can go ahead and send the 10 megabits per second to the card without having to buffer, and so things will work better. It wasn't that expensive to get an SD card of Class 10. It's designed specifically for cell phones with 1080p cameras. Now, if the iPhone is successfully upgraded and repaired as intended, then of course we will be going back to the iPhone 4S for doing the video work. And I've already explained many times that there are things that about my iPhone that I really miss. And one of the first things is I miss the nice, relatively straightforward iOS interface of iOS 8.3. Android Nougat is okay. No, it's not Oreo. It's Nougat I got. Okay? But I never really could have quite wrapped my skull around the Android operating system. We have a live stream coming up on Friday. We're going to be... I have no idea what the topic's going to be Friday. I'm always open for ideas, and this is what I'm going to ask you, because this is a good thing. If you guys have any ideas for a topic for Friday, please do not be afraid to put it in the comment section below here. I will read them. I do read the comments. And I really want to cover some stuff. But we'll find something to talk about on Friday. And if you have any ideas, of course, let me know. We'll see what we can try to make it happen for you and to everybody else to talk about what we're going to do about the future. I never said I couldn't talk about the future. I don't know why people think we can't talk about something. We'll talk about something. Are we going to get any Kansas eye drops? If I get the humidifier in February, the answer is no. Will we get the humidifier, the eye drops in March? Unless something changes, I would say yes. So, whenever you're going to buy your violin that you kept telling me about? I have no idea. Maybe if there's Renters Rebate this month or this year coming up, maybe this year I'll get to hear. When are you going to buy the new replacement flatbed scanner to replace one that stopped working? I don't know. That's another good question. A because I have my eyes out for a couple of USB scanners from Microtech, and there's a photo scanner by Epson that I can get secondhand. The Epson one has a film scanner so it can scan negatives and slides in. So that's a great thing. If I buy the Microtech scan maker, some of them have provisions for automatic sheet feeder, so I can go ahead and put in my documents as well. So that's another idea. Alright, so for now, guys, I'm going to see you on Friday. I think it's the 25th of 2019, January, and so it's starting at 2 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. UK time, 7 a.m. Australia time, and of course, 11 a.m. Pacific time. So, until that day, until Thursday, or sorry, Friday, please leave a message below with ideas for topics. And I will read them, and I will look into them. I will research the recommended topics and see what we can do from there. And that way, everybody has a chance to get some new ideas. And that's what I'm going to do. And for now, I want you to go out there and have a good time. And don't forget that the weather is going to be warming up soon. Definitely in a couple of weeks, I suspect we're going to start seeing warmer temperatures. Tomorrow will be warmer. Tomorrow in Connecticut, it will be about 11 degrees Celsius. It's going to be raining, but it'll be warmer. People wanted to know when my laundry is going to be ready. My laundry actually should be dry by tomorrow, which is Thursday. I didn't go out to check it yet, but I don't see why it wouldn't be dry by tomorrow because the high will be 11 degrees Celsius. Because it isn't a sheltered area, so it shouldn't be rained on. So, what about our channel? What about our channel? Brian K. says to me, he says, your channel is coming to an end. No, my channel is not coming to an end. Far from it. I mean, my channel is I'm reverting my channel back to its original intent. This is a news channel. This is a documentary channel. That was what this channel was about. That's what it was. It never was a situation comedy channel. I'm not saying I can't have a little fun with you guys. I do like having fun. But when it becomes the main focus of the channel, which is what it is not, it's just not fair to me or to my audience that truly are coming here to learn new things. Because it just makes it look like I don't care to stick by my original intent. And I do love what I do with education stuff, and I want to focus on that. Irish Ginger Marie got mad originally about thinking my channel was going to be going to the kids, and it's not going to the kids. It's not. I'm not going to change my channel and turn it into a kids channel. That's not going to happen. But I do want to make my channel stay at least to the point where families are going to be more than accepting of their kids wanting to watch it. So, which means that if their kids are interested in science and politics and things like that, I want them to be able to watch it. So it's not going to be marked as NC-17 or anything like that. It's going to be, again, it's going to stay the same rating as it is now. It will still remain open to everybody. But that does mean that I am going to be focusing more on encouraging positive content that will be more friendly to everybody. And that's not going to be easy to solve. The problems of we have already talked about several times about I have made bad decisions. No doubt that's still always going to be an issue, but I'll work on it some more. Okay, guys. So I will see you on Friday. That would be the 25th on January at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. UK time, 7 a.m. Australia time, and 11 a.m. Pacific time. And if you have ideas for videos that you or topics that you want to discuss, please post them in the comment section below this video. I will read them, I will look into them, I will research them. I got 2 days, I can do some research in 2 days and get ready for content. If you have a recommendation for R11H30 of when you would like to see the documentary, why don't you do me a favor and contact him directly at Rich, R-I-C-H, at 11H30.com. Again, that's R-I-C-H at 11H30.com, and give him a recommendation when you'd like to see it. Or if you rather, you can post it in the comment section below here. I'm sure he will look at it. And because it's all set to go, I don't know if it's already copied to a new hard drive or not, but I don't know how he's going to distribute it. But then, just like he said, to let people know it's ready to go and they can watch the one scheduled time we can air it. So I've been looking forward to this documentary, and I know many have been. So that's it for now, guys. I promise you, I'll see you guys on Friday. Stay out of trouble. Bye bye.